will be talking about online schooling and how it is not beneficial for many students. Online schooling commenced on March 13th. Schools closed and students were put in online schooling, but it became apparent that it was not beneficial for students. 2020 was going to be a great year, or so many people thought. 2020 turned out to be one of those years that many people desired to forget. Online schools became evident of not being beneficial for many students. Students are easily distracted, students are easily lost with the topic, or online schooling doesn't challenge the student. Online schooling prevents students from focusing and doesn't challenge the student's full potential. An article from Inside Higher Education stated, one student said that she felt like she wasn't getting 10% of the regular class, while another wrote, I haven't learned anything since we went online. I did not feel challenged like I had been in the first semester, and I felt the quality of learning had gone way down. While an article from Peaks Media stated, a big disadvantage to middle and high school students is the lack of one-on-one support. Many at-risk students are behind in reading and math, and they may find themselves faltering for further explanation or interventions when they don't grasp a concept. This can mean that since there is no one-on-one support, students who have trouble grasping a concept won't ask for help, and because of that, they can fall behind. Performance and participation in the class will be low. To add to this, elementary students could also have a hard time during online schooling. Since some teachers don't require to have the cameras on while on Zoom, or the students don't listen, students can easily be watching something else on the computer, playing games, or being on their phones. This can affect their performance in the class, and they won't grasp the concept, the topic as quick. Online schools being non-beneficial for many students has been backed up by many teachers, as well as students who are the ones going through the situation. As said before, many students believe that online schooling doesn't challenge them, and that's harder for them to focus. And it's harder for them to focus. An article from Education Week stated, it is not surprising that in-person courses are on average more effective. Being in person with teachers and other students creates social pressure and benefits that can help motivate students to engage. Statistics from education data estimates 3,278 higher education institutions and 22.3 million students are impacted. Online schoolings have become a problem, and many schools, such as elementaries, middle schools, high schools, and universities, have mentioned many challenges. Statistics from education data also showed 81% believe that maintaining students' engagement will be a challenge. 50% believe that availability to technology will also be a challenge. And as for universities, the average enrollment for students for summer 2020 semester projected a 15% to 35% decline compared to 2019. To address the opposite side, some might say that, after all, virtual learning is better because it enables students to reach greater heights and not be limited by a predetermined set of circumstances. Although that is true, in-person courses are effective because being in person with teachers and other students helps create social pressure. That helps motivate students into engaging and doing better. In addition to the opposite views, an article from the Community College of Aurora would argue that students have the freedom to juggle their careers and schools because they aren't tied down to a fixed schedule. For example, in traditional classroom settings, class meeting times are set, and students have no power over this, forcing them to work their schedules around these dates. But since it is more flexible, students would most likely slack off and leave assignments or lectures last minute, and not engage as much as they should, and overall not put in all their effort into classes, into the classes or assignments. In conclusion, Online classes are not beneficial for students. Students tend to slack off more and more and not put in as much effort during their classes. With online schools, some classes required a Zoom lecture, but even during lectures, students could still get off of them very easily and get distracted as well, especially for students in elementary. Although some might disagree with this statement and say that it helps students more because of the flexibility and the cost being lower, there are still many factors that contribute to this being non-beneficial for students. It would be more preferable for students to learn in class instead of online because students would be more engaged. And overall the performance in class would be better and not slack off as much in assignments or anything else. Thank you.